In this video, we go over the cost schedule integration. I present one of the many ways to do the cost schedule integration, cost loaded schedule in Primavera P6. And to get more background, you can go to the semester project. You can see or go to my YouTube channels. You can see the many instruction video about cost and schedule integration in Primavera P6. And now we do in Primavera Cloud. So with here, and the project we work on the same in this lesson is the cost and schedule integration, and we already do by hand with a project with 4 activities A, B, C, D, and with the direct cost shown in here, like A for 2 months and 50,000 total, etc. Monthly indirect cost 5,000 per month, and then the constructor markup in her bid. So go directly with the direct cost, add on top of that 25%. And with the hand we find out the total contract values, 250,000, and the costs for the contractors, 200,000. And we can be able to find out the relationship between the time and the cost spent throughout the month in the project. Now, let's do in the Primavera Cloud. And of course, there are 2 components. We need to find out the time, and which is schedule. And you do that in the deliverable number 1 of this semester project. And now with the bid, we have the cost, how to put them together in a Primavera Cloud, and that we call it resource loaded schedule in P6. So I create a project here already, and same, you have project if you do in P6, you have it do it in P6. But if you happen to do it in Primavera Cloud, then you can go back to your Primavera Cloud, update what my comment for the deliverable number 1 before you continue with this deliverable number 2, which is the cost loaded schedule. Go to the tab on the top left. We can find out schedule, and in schedule you can select activity. Of course, before we can you should be able to make a work breakdown structure. In this project, I require at least 2 levels of work breakdown structure. For this problem, it's a simple 4 activity, so I don't have to do that. So I just add directly to the activity by add 1 activity. So in this case, you have what activity? A, B, C, D. So make it simple. You have A, B, C, D. And for the relationship, here did the relationship for this problem with the information we have in problem 1 that we already solved by hand, as we mentioned earlier. And for this, the predecessor in month. So as you can see, for schedule, we have to update our preferences, change our references, and we change the time units from day to month because for this problem, but you can change back to display duration on month, so it will be for this problem only. We can save, and then we go back to the Primavera Cloud, and we select the project again, and we select the activity. And in those activity, we can change now to how many months for activity 2 months, 2, 1/2, and 2. 2 months, 1/2, and 2. And A with lead 1 month, lag negative 1 month. So we can have that here. Add relationship by put activity B, you assign, and all of this, I assume you should be able to do this. Otherwise, go back to the previous video, how to create a schedule in Primavera Cloud. A, and you add in, it show in the bottom, relationship, finish start, lag negative 1 month. It means lead 1 month. And then we have B follow A, negative half month, it means lag negative half, or it also A, add A2, and negative 1/2 month, and you see that is 0. don't see it 1/2, so you can go to here, you select preferences, select the how many decimal you want to solve. Okay, in this case, as you can see, decimal place, so the unit, decimal place, so they have decimal place 2 already. Let's select decimal place, select decimal place. Yeah. Make sure you select decimal place for that, and then we go back to the project and should be able to and go back to activity C, and you see that here you can say that is negative 1.5 month. And activity D follow B and C with lead 1 month or lag -1. So you have D follow both B and C, so follow B, add, follow C, add, and you have lag -1, -1, and in this case 1 month. And we done. After you done, you can schedule. Start December for this project, display schedule now. And now you have the project of this project for 4 months, start in December 26 and finish in March 27. So that is 4 months. Now let's go to assign the project cost to make a project loaded schedule. The direct cost is 50,000 for A, or for 2 months it means 25,000 per month. And then you can see the markup for this project is 25%. It means that on top of direct cost we have to put 25% on the markup for overhead and profit. And if you already built in your markup in your unit price of the activities, then you don't have to put separate markup. But this one is separate, so you can do that on Primavera. And how to get that? We now talk about the resources, and you already know how to assign resources in Primavera by Primavera Cloud with the previous YouTube video. Now I talk about the cost, so it's similar concepts. We need to go to the resources, go on the top left, you see resources, drop down, you see the resource list. And there's nothing in this project yet, so you can create your own resource. So and can say the activity cost, make it simple, ID, you can make that ID and it active. And instead of label, I select it material, just the cost. Unit of measure, you can define what is the unit of measure. They don't have it. If they don't, you can define it by manage of unit of measure. Okay, if you want to define, I will define it here, but you can define it Europe, so you can go to that manage, add here. If you have it Europe or pounds, you have the sign and manual, you can do that as well. But here we dollar. If you don't, you can create that in your system. Here I create a dollar already for that resources material. So now when you're happy with that, you go back to your resource list and you see the activity resources, and in that activity, so you can add the, go to your project. Go to your project and you have activity cost, material, and units of measure, because you already define euro or dollar or any other unit. Here we have dollar. If not, like I say, you go to manage units of measure, you can define your own whatever unit you have. So I select dollar, I already created. If 4 unit time per month, so let's see that I just say 1, make it simple, right? And then over here below, you can select the maximum unit. So in this case, I say per month maximum unit. I can have maximum to spend for this project is $200,000 price per unit. If you already have the markup, everything in your unit price, in your price, then you don't have to put any ratio. However, in our problem, the markup put separately 25% on top of direct cost. So to get that, I can put it here. The price is 1.25 out of $1. So every $1 I spend, I get 1.25 because I have 25% markup. Make sense? So that you can have it. If you have 10% markup, you can put that way in. Clear? So here where you define resources, in this case dollar, and then when you have that done, you can go back to your activity in schedule activity, and when you have that, now you assign the resources, in this case the costs, and from that activity you have 50,000 for activity A for 2 months, but then it means 25,000 per month, and the unit in month in this activity that we set up. So here we can assign resources. You see, go to right click, assign, have many things, select resources, and you select activity cost that you already assigned, and then you assign for that activity. So that where you assign the resources, assign resources. Here you want to show detail, here you can have that now, assign, and then you select the resource assignment. Because I do both, so I can have to remove one. If you do both, yes, and you have resource assignment. So activity A, you have activity countant, remaining unit time. You see the planned unit only 1 per month. Now you change to 25,000 per month for that, which means that 50,000 for the whole units completion. And you see app completion 50,000. Do the same for activity B. We have 40,000. It means 20. So that way we can assign activity B, activity cost, assign, and remaining unit. And you can see here that is 20,000 per month for 40,000. Activity C, assign resources, activity cost, assign, it's 40,000 per month, and then the total is 60,000, and you see it in here 1/2 month. And this one for 2 months, activity D, 30,000. So you can go to D and assign resources, activity cost that you just defined, and here you see that is 15,000 per month and 30,000. So that where the costs you have, and see that in the tab resource assignment. So that on the direct cost and markup included. However, we haven't included the monthly indirect costs. So after you assign the cost to each activity, we can need to go ahead how to associate the indirect cost 5,000 per month to the schedule. And it's as indirect cost, we cannot tie directly to any activity A, B, C, or D, but that is the whole project. Indirect cost to pay for PM, superintendent, or even the interns, things like that, or telephone. Then it go as long as the project go. And in this problem, it assumes that 5,000 per month constant throughout the cost of project. So with that, one way we can do is to make one activity, you can call it general conditions, that assign that indirect cost to this activity. So with that, I can add one activity above activity A, we add one activity, and that is activity called general condition, put for indirect. You can send any activity there, and because it go down with the activity ID, so you can say that A maybe 0, 0, 0 at the beginning, so it will move up to the sort by ascending. So we have general condition, and it's 4 months, so you can say that is a 4-month project, and you can tie that when the activity A start and when the activity D finish by the assign the relationship. So just to tie it together with this one here, predecessor, we can say with activity A, and it start A, and instead of finish, we can say start, activity A start, and then we can also assign another activity that is activity D, and it should be a finish, so it will tie together there. And then we go ahead to run the schedule with this project, and now we can go ahead to assign the 5,000 per month for that activity, and it will cover the indirect cost. So that one here, general condition, we assign resources, activity cost, assign, and go to the resource assignment, you see activity cost, and that it should be 5,000 per month. And for a total, 20,000 for the whole project. That is the schedule, and we already assigned resources.